A bit more about the gaming experience of the new devices, the Note20, the Note20 Ultra being announced. Grant Hinds is a gamer and content creator. Grant, you are literally my son's hero. So firstly, I mean, a different experience with gaming, right? I mean, cell phone gaming is coming into its own. A large part of this is to do with screens and the entire experience.
Well, the whole thing is really exciting because we're getting technology into smaller devices and smaller form factors. So the natural place to put them is in these powerful devices that we've got in our pockets. And in fact, with the Galaxy Note20, or the Note20 Ultras, what they've done is they've included 120 hertz screens. Now, the screens that most people that are watching this at home on are 60 hertz, which is the refresh rate of the screen. But when you're playing hardcore serious games like on your computer at home, you probably want to run your refresh rate at like 144 hertz, or in some cases, I play at 240 hertz. It's excessive, but it's beautiful. It just means that there are more frames that it can squeeze into that. The refresh rate is a lot higher.
Just making my day with my son more expensive here, right?
Yeah, but competitive edge, trust me, it improves your latency, improves your performance. Your reaction time's faster because you literally are seeing more frames as it goes. There are diminishing returns when you start going into 300 hertz or whatever. But having 120 hertz on a screen is just such an incredible experience for gaming, but also just for everyday use. Like you'll see it when you put the two phones together, and I highly recommend that if you're walking past a store or something to give it a go, because you're just being able to see a refresh rate like that is just it's amazing. But yes, having that edge when it comes to gaming is pretty special.
Okay, there's a thing called Game Boost now. I'm old enough to remember a program called Knight Rider that had Turbo Boost. What's Game Boost?
Well, kind of like Knight Rider. It improves the system. What it's doing is it's optimizing all the hardware to perform the game that is currently being played. So remember, a phone is essentially a small computer. So with the processor, there's a GPU, a graphics processing unit, there's RAM, and all of that stuff is being used by so many different applications at the same time, like if you've got a mobile device. But having Game Booster mode means that when you've opened up a game, say you're playing Fortnite. Do you play Fortnite? No?
Sons do.
Okay, or your son will know. You want the machine to really take advantage of the hardware. Make sure that it doesn't overheat. Make sure that that if there's screen recording, it doesn't affect the performance of the game. And Samsung have really taken gaming into consideration by including software that does that. So if you are a mobile gamer playing PUBG Mobile or Fortnite Mobile, you're literally getting the best gaming experience on the new Ultras.
Okay, so what you're basically getting is a lot more power, a better screen, a boost mode, and I mean that stops, people WhatsApping you while you're playing, right?
Well, I mean, if you put on Do Not Disturb, but it won't sap your RAM. But yeah. I know your sons probably see your WhatsApp messages. They're just busy. You can't pause an online game.
It seems. I mean, when you talk about new products like this, there's a lot more power for a phone to do these games, to produce these games. What's the right phrase? Do I say produce these games, play these games? For the phone to actually give you the experience. Let's use that. Then there was, 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, you can't seem to compare.
Oh yeah, there's leaps and bounds. Like the resources that Samsung put into improving their products annually is just something we haven't even seen like on desktop computing. Samsung have just pushing the barrier every single year to make these devices like nearly desktop level powers. Like even the productivity and the content creation. I'm editing full featured YouTube videos on my mobile device, something that like 5 years ago would have been like laughable. But seriously, being on the road, I did a vlog series when I was in New York last year, and I shot with the Note 10, so last year's Note, and I shot it and edited all on my mobile device using the S Pen, because it was better, it was more fun. I could sit on the subway and do it. Something that we couldn't even do 5 years ago. So yeah, and it just goes to show how much computing power is being crammed into that form factor.
Grant Hinds, good to see you. Thanks very much indeed.